welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. I'm your host, Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialists. Have you had no credit? Have you thought about starting credit? Are you looking at reestablishing credit? This is the video here for you today, which we get questions often from first-time homebuyers to people going through divorce to people that have had credit problems in the past, how to start credit or reestablish credit after having some bad credit and accounts being closed and not rating on your credit report. So we would love for you to subscribe down below here and pay attention to our weekly updates, whether they are shorts, whether they are long videos. We assure you that our videos are 5 to 9 minutes long, right to the point, getting you the answers that you need. So today we're going to talk about building credit. What does that look and feel like, and why does it make a difference in having credit? Because credit does follow you more than just in lending. It will follow you in insurance, possibly even at jobs as well. But obviously with any kind of credit card, mortgage, interest rates, student loans, we're going to be a big factor on what you pay in interest over the life of the loan. And some people say, I don't need credit because I pay cash for everything. And we would strongly disagree with that, because credit still can be rated on your car insurance, your home insurance, anything that you buy. There's more and more data that's been proven that credit makes a big impact on what kind of a personality you are with finances. So first, really quickly, we're going to talk about what breaks down credit. We've done some videos about that, but the most important part of credit is your credit history, is making your payments on time, which is 35% of your score. 30% of your score is what we call credit utilization, or amounts owed on credit cards compared to the credit limit. 15% is how long you've had credit. And the last two 10% are credit accounts, of what kind of mix you have of different accounts, and then credit inquiries as well too, opening new credit reports. So that gives us a good kind of quick breakdown. We've done a separate video on that you can go check out as well too. But let's talk about, if you have no credit, what can you do? The very best thing and first thing we can do is open a secured credit card. And what does a secured credit card mean? It means that you give cash to the institution. They give you that much in credit. So they're going to trust you because it's your own money. If you don't pay that money off, they're going to keep your cash. But if you turn around, show through time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that you can pay something back, they should roll that secured credit card into a unsecured credit card and give you your money back. So that's the most simple, direct way of doing it on your own. There can be a little bit more complications that we can do, like being an authorized user on someone else's credit card, whether that's your parents, whether that's a family member, whether that's a spouse or a significant other. An authorized user means you can charge and use that account, but you're not obligated to pay that money back. Obviously, you would want to pay that money back, because if you're charging it, it's your obligation. But what will happen with an authorized user, it'll show history of that other person's account for how long they've had it. A little negative here is if you're a younger individual and that account opened 10, 20, 30 years ago, it might show and prove that your age is not really your account. So underwriting for certain scenarios will be able to look into that and see what's going on. There are different kinds of credit building accounts through EquiBoost and some other accounts like that. We're not huge fans of them. While we can see that happen, there are other accounts that you can report your rent history to the credit bureaus. You can report your payment history of maybe a cell phone bill or insurance bill to show that you've built some credit by making payments of other accounts online. That's a very simple way to do as well. But the key to all of these accounts is, if you start them up, if you open them, and when you open them, make sure you are making your payments on time. It's best to try to get them paid off before they report to the credit bureau each and every month, or at least keep the balance below 30% of the credit limit. So if you open that secured credit account for $300, you want to keep max charges below $90 and get that account paid off every single due date, if not earlier, to show that you do have a history of charging and paying something back. If you miss a payment, or if you start to max out those credit cards, Opening credit is not going to give you any good rating, and it kind of defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do. So don't just open credit to try to say, I need a credit score. Open credit with a mission to create a high credit score by following the basic rules that exist out there. A lot of people don't agree with the formula of what credit score is and why it's existing and all the above. It doesn't really matter. You just need to play the game to get the credit score to where you're at. We've heard lots of rumors and lots of advice from family members and friends and all kinds of things that we have been told from our clients, and we will mention to them that's not always accurate and feasible to accomplish in regards to starting and building credit. Obviously, the secured credit card is best. Don't go run out and apply a bunch of different unsecured credit cards, which means you're not pledging any money. Make sure when you apply for that unsecured credit card, you have the option to use that same credit inquiry for a secured credit card. And they're different, unsecured versus secured, because if you start applying over and over and over for unsecured credit and they pull your credit report, they see that you have no credit, they might be very likely to not approve you for that credit card. Now you've had a credit inquiry and no new debt that's open, so that will negatively affect your credit moving forward. So also things to avoid. Don't necessarily go co-signing with other people that you're not related to, but even if you are related to them, make sure you're going to have that account for a short period of time. We see a lot of people advise on co-signing and do co-signing, and relationships break up. It hurts family members, it hurts friends, relationships if something was to go wrong. We're not a big fan of co-signing. We never have been, because we've seen the problems that can occur with something that would change along the way as well. Avoid the, cash your paycheck here places and giving you some kind of credit at that individual place, because they are charging excessive fees and interest rates and such like that. Also, when you're starting credit, don't close any accounts. Even if you've had them open for 3 months or 6 months or 2 years, don't close an account to open up a new account. The longer you've had credit, the better the time will be for your credit score to be at the highest set of numbers. So how long is this going to take? We can see you obtaining a credit score within 6 months. It might not be a perfect credit score because it depends on how much accounts that you have had. But over that 6 to 12 month time frame, if you have opened in accounts, kept your balances low, and paid things on time, you are going to be having a very good credit score out of the gate. To get to that higher credit score, you might need more time. You might need 12 to 24 months of history. So you don't want to wait too long to build credit. Once you're of age, the soonest you can do at 19 in the state of Nebraska is go and open credit accounts with a secured card and start building that process of showing you can charge money and you can pay it back. Because that, in essence, is what's going to build you 5, 10, 20 years later to have that perfect credit score when you're buying your second or third home. There are certain mortgage loans out there that will look at what we call no credit scores, manual underwrites, and assisting you with that. Or if you have bad credit, we can tell you what we would advise to pay off in what order to get that credit score back up to where it needs to be at. But we might come back to this original video and say you need to open up a new account, start building credit yet over again as well too. There are nice softwares out there like Experian Boost, Equifax, TransUnion have their own as well too that might assist you, but be aware sometimes putting things on your credit report can take time to take off in regards to wanting everyone to see the different debt structure that you have. Hope you learned a little bit today about starting credit, but if you have any questions, call us anytime, 402-991-5153, or check us out on our website at mtg-specialist.com, where we have tons of blogs and information about any topic that you've probably had a question about in regards to mortgage lending. But we'd love to come to you each and every week. Take a look down below, hit reply, hit that like button, and definitely hit that subscribe button. We'll see you here next time. Thank you so much. Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.